Good morning, everyone. Happy second day of planting. So this seed tender has an automatic talc dispenser. So as the seed goes up this auger here, it's like lubing the seeds up. So we put talc on the seeds because it helps them flow smoother. It makes them so their surface is all smooth, there's no friction, they don't rub together. So then when it's flowing out of our center fill tanks through all of those tubes, it's got kind of a long twisty way for the seed to travel. And so they don't get bound up, they don't hit each other, and they flow nicely into the ground, one by one, not together, not bouncing off of each other, just smoothly sliding against everything into the ground so that we get good singulation.
It's kind of nasty stuff though.
I wouldn't breathe too close to this if I were you.
This is 80% talc and 20% graphite.
It's really messy.
It's kind of like cool to touch though. It's like
It gets on everything. It is really cool.
It feels
though.
really soft. These planter units have lots of spinning parts in there. You can see this electric motor spins this disc in here, and that also needs lubricated as it goes through the field. So it's nice with this automatically dispenses it through all the seed, and you don't just have to dump it on top.
We planted absolutely everything that was in the tanks last night. Thank you.
Ready?
So the bottoms of these Pro boxes, you don't take the lids off on top, you open this little slide gate on the bottom. Now seeds can flow down and be augered up into our tanks. Scotty is still faithful as ever, catching lots of mice and watching the shop while we're in the field. To start the day off, I've got Grant checking seed depth for me. We saved all the same settings, everything we were doing from yesterday to today. We are on a different field. We finished the field last night, but this field has the same conditions. It was corn last year, and we're planting corn into it again this year. You can see the colors that are different on my monitor. We have the boundary set in this field. So the curve right here, the green is where the pivot hits, where we're planting, that's irrigated, and then this orange is a dry land corner. See it sloshing around down there? This morning, I chose not to fill up the tanks and instead run them almost empty because I have a full fertilizer trailer sitting down there at the end of the field. I wanted to be able to empty it all the way into my tanks. So that one's 500 gallons, that one's 500 gallons, and there's 1,000 gallons of fertilizer waiting at the end of the field for me. Here's my trailer. And I have Grant on the way with the fuel trailer to top me off while I'm stopped and here. So like I said, the tanks on either side of the tractor are full of our starter fertilizer, which is 1034O, and it runs through a series of hoses from these tanks, and then it goes through our SurePoint fertilizer system, which you watch us install. We ran it all of last year, and so this is our second year running it. We took off our whole old system and put this new, much sleeker, much smoother, much easier to use fertilizer system on. So it runs through these hoses.
This pump controls how much product flows to each row.
We're currently putting on 5 gallons an acre.
Stretching in between
I guess. With the seed tender, I'm not throwing bags, and so I've got a way to keep my, my muscles strong. I'm just sitting in there.
Might as well.
Do some jumping jacks, Tricep dips. You just gotta be creative.
I think next time I'll just get bags.
Probably do like some pull-ups off the front box.
Your fuel tank's probably full.
You think?
How many gallons was it?
87.
So we've done 120, 40, that's
Got 160 acres.
on 90 gallons. Let's do the math. Those of you who didn't do the math, there was quite a bit of road driving involved, but it came out to 1.8 gallons per acre, which is pretty good.
How much did we pay for this off-road diesel? Do you remember?
It's 3 something.
Let's say 360.
360.
Do the math on that.
Fuel is definitely the cheapest part about this operation. Lots more expensive stuff here.
Everything is full. The diesel tank, I still have quite a bit of seed. Fertilizer, both tanks are full. Everything's ready to go. So since I've planted these end rows, I have automatic swath control that shuts the planter off, like keeps it from planting over myself, but nothing has been planted here. So I have to say, for doing my own controls, putting it up, putting it down, I've been doing a pretty even job. Once we're done planting this, then we'll come along and plant a pass right here and then plant this field. Right now we're planting Pioneer 1278Q. Everybody wave to the neighbor driving by. I started digging into my lunchbox, but I thought I'd give you a little tour. So I have a little fruit cup. There was apples in here, but I ate those already. There were a couple more meat sticks, but I ate those already too. Pop-Tart, a cheese stick. This is a little veggie cup. It's got some carrots, some peppers, some cucumbers. I have a Go-Gurt, a White Monster for later, some Northern Chill water. This is the best stuff. I have a Nutella Uncrustable. That's the best flavor. I have some pretzels, some Cheetos. That's a mic for filming. I have a whole bunch of different granola bars, fruit leather, all sorts of yummy goods. I love snacking in the tractor cab. This is my last pass on this field. Now, I'll be honest, there's a small chance that I don't make it past that pivot there. It might be in my way. I can just barely see the end of my planter if I stretch all the way out. So we shall see if I make this. I have planted 80 acres so far. I guess it will be 80 acres when I get to the end of this pass. And I've been jamming to some music and listening to some podcasts and making phone calls. It's been a very good morning. Going to slow down once I get up there, just to be safe. Keep a close eye out there. Now that is just satisfying. So the pivot is right there in the center and it makes another half circle. Isn't that nice looking? So complete. On to the next field. Made it to the next field of the day. Look at what I just pulled out of the field. This was caught in my closers. Tire Popper 9000. Imagine if that was popped up in the ground. Bad deal. So we're putting this in the back of the pickup for later. I don't want that out in my field. But we have planted roughly 100 acres and we have gone through an entire box of seed. I am just about empty. So we brought the seed tender out to the field. We're going to fill here. Hopefully go all night. Remote man, do your remote job, please. Thank you. Now, we have our weight on the scale, but before we just start emptying willy-nilly, we're gonna have to do a little bit of math, subtract the weight of the boxes, figure out how much weight in seed we have, and then divide that number equally between the two boxes, between these 2 points in our planner, so we know how many pounds to put in each section so that they run out at the same time. Thank you, sir. Pull the lever, Kronk. Every once in a while, I just get out, I do a little walk around, I make sure that all the bearings are good, I haven't lost any parts, everything looks okay. It's also a really nice chance to stretch my legs and get a little bit of fresh air. Here's what it looks like when I slow down, lift up to turn around, throttling down. Don't mind that alarm. Gonna make a nice big turn. Implement is up. Turn around. Speed up just a tad bit. Okay. Now we're gonna wait for my line to populate. Go auto steer button there. Wait for me to line all the way up. Then we're going to hit this button right here. Push down, throttle up, and we are back at it. So far today, we planted 80 acres and now another 74, and I'm going to try, it's here, 80 plus, so it's almost, we've got almost 160 acres. I'm gonna try to make it to like 170, 180 tonight. I don't know if you can see how dusty it is outside. We need a rain so bad. I can barely see the planter. Tomorrow morning, definitely I'm gonna need to blow the air filter out on this tractor. I do not know what I did to get this lucky, but look at that. My last pass for the evening. It's not the last pass on the field. I still have this to do here. Don't mind that, ignore that. But there's my acre counter for the day. 105 acres on this field, plus the 80 acres that I did on the field from this morning. So that totals up to, let's see, 185 acres, should be like 187 acres for the day tomorrow. So, or total for the day. I'm going delirious, you guys. It's been a long day. Tomorrow morning, we will finish this side and move fields. Overall, I would say it's been an incredibly successful day. I hope you guys aren't bored of planting, because we've been working ever since we finished harvest in 2022 for this moment right here. This season is what kicks off all of 2023. So, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Comment questions. I'll try to answer them in the next couple planting videos. And if you haven't already subscribed, now's a good chance for you to do that and go back and watch the first day of planting video, which is posted before this. And if you're a little behind on what we're doing, who I am, what's going on, I would go back and watch some of my earlier videos. But thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.